What's going on, everyone? I don't think my speech is going to be as heartfelt because it's about Tony. But as you know, I am Tony's best man, Matt Cormick. Hello again. First, let's give it up for Lindsay and Tony for putting together this beautiful wedding. If you know Lindsay, then you know she spent over 1,000 hours putting this wedding into action just this year, and another 28 years of just planning this in her head. Now, in Lindsay's imagination, she wasn't planning on marrying Tony Chang, but it was originally supposed to be Justin Hartley. But with a recent liking of Asian men, it has changed to Ross Butler. You know, the tall Asian guy from 13 Reasons Why. But I think she made a better pick. Tony is a much better actor than Ross. I mean, you know, Tony is acting every time they go to dinner, and Lindsay is eating a very well-done cheeseburger, while Tony acts happy to eat a salad with ranch dressing. Hold the dressing. Or when they have dessert and Lindsay orders 2 ice creams, pretending the second one is for Tony. And Tony acts happy eating his chocolate almonds. Hold the chocolate. Of course, Tony won't say that he was acting because he all did it to look killer in Vegas. Which he did, because unlike the actor Ross, Tony has some killer abs. And if you ask him, every salad with ranch, hold the dressing, was worth it. Now, when Lindsay told me I had 5 minutes for my speech, and you know Lindsay has his wedding planned to the millisecond, of course she wanted me to say nice things about her new hubby. You would think it'd be easy for me to find 5 minutes of nice things to say about Tony, since I've known the guy for 25 plus years. But I was wrong. So time-wise, I should have about 3 minutes left now, so that should give me about 3 more minutes to think of something nice to say. They say that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So for some filler time, if you break the words down best man in the Webster Dictionary, it defines best as not Tony Chang, and man as not Tony Chang. I'm kidding. But to be honest, Tony has always been one of the most honest, real friends that I've had, or will ever have. And I'm not just saying it because he chose the tallest guy to be his best man, when he knows it'll look a little off in the 20,000 photos Lindsay took just in the past hour with her 4 handheld cameras, 10 backup batteries, 2 memory cards. The cameras are somewhere in the audience here. So Tony and I have always had a genuine bond. We met as neighbors when I was hanging out with the Barbero twins, and one of their neighbors was Tony Chang. We quickly bonded over playing basketball, collecting basketball cards, and Toady cheating at Nintendo 64. Tony was known as the soda and candy bar guy back then because his dad had a vending machine business. I'm sorry, Steve, I may have had a few free candy bars over the years. Tony is a year older, so afterwards I joined Tony at Hillside Middle School, where Tony was known as a really good basketball player for an 8th grader, and I was just the chunky 7th grader with a Van Exel jersey, who could shoot a little. And 7th graders really didn't play on the main court, but if Tony was captain, he'd make sure to pick me for his team. In high school, Tony and I played varsity basketball together, where he taught me how to be cool, how to make fun of the coach, and how to drive really fast in a Ford Mustang. Sorry, Tony's parents, I mean drive within the speed limits as posted. After high school, I worked with kids. I worked with kids in the Simi Valley Park and Recreation Department. It was there I helped Tony get a job working with me, and yes, Tony and I basically raised the youth as you know them today, so you could thank us for how bad they are. Throughout the years, Tony and I have always stayed close, from being neighbors to going to the same middle school, high school, then going to different colleges, and now living 3 hours apart. Things will always be the same. I know we'll always be there for each other, and I'm so happy Lindsay and my wife, Kathy, have developed a friendship as well. Together, Tony and I have gone on dozens of trips together, and I look forward to continuing that tradition with our wives. So a funny side story about trips together. The 4 of us actually took a trip to a Catholic weekend retreat a few months ago, which is required to marry within the Catholic Church. There were about 25 plus couples there, and you typically had to bunk with a stranger. Well, somehow Tony and I get bunked together. We don't know how, or we don't know which rooms our future wives are staying in, but at around 2 a.m., while we're trying to sleep, we hear someone talking and laughing in the room above us, and we soon realize it's Lindsay. 4 hours later, Lindsay wakes us up because she can't sleep, and knowing her, she probably brought some snacks with her. Tony, just know you no longer need to bunk with anyone else anymore. You have an awesome wife who will keep you up. Who will keep you up until 2 a.m. from chewing over snacks, and 4 hours later, she'll wake you up again with some more food in bed. And through it all, you will still look at her and love her the same. My best advice to you is sometimes you need to put your foot down and tell her not to eat in bed. But sometimes just pull out those chocolate almonds, hold the chocolate, and have a snack with her. So now everyone here today, please don't forget to tag your photos with #MyBigFatChangWedding. I think I got that right. So please raise your glasses if you have them. Here to my amazing friends. I don't have my glass, but Mr. and Mrs. Chang.